We're taking you this morning to Denver, Colorado in our continuing series, American Voices. We look at how national issues are playing out on the local level. Denver voters elected Democrat Michael Hancock as the mayor of the city in 2011. The year after, he launched Denver Peak Academy. The program trains city employees to improve the way government works. After 5 years, the academy has helped save Denver taxpayers more than $22 million.
Oh, wow. Hancock has also worked to address affordable housing in his growing city. His administration established a $150 million affordable housing fund. He started an initiative to provide financial assistance to tenants facing eviction. Mayor Michael Hancock joins us at the table to discuss. We should say congrats to you, Mayor Hancock. So you were elected in 2011. I want to give people an idea about what you've done so far with this Peak Academy. Obtaining a business license in 20 minutes rather than 2 hours, receiving food assistance in 24 hours rather than 6 days, reducing the length of stay at an animal shelter to 7 days, down from 14. But the biggest one, making a visit to the DMV 20 minutes instead of the 80 that it's been in the years. That alone should give you a gold star. So what did you see that others didn't that you put this program together?
Well, good morning to all of you.
Yes, good morning.
And Gail, I'll tell you, it's really the very basic. Turn to the people who are the experts, and those are the city employees who are on the front line, and ask them, how can we weed out redundancy, waste, and do a better job for our customers? And you know what? Our employees have just responded phenomenally.
But most people, Michael, hire outside consultants. But you looked at the people who are already doing the jobs. And everybody comes to office and says, how do we make government better? But nobody does anything the way that you've done it.
Right. Well, then you ask the employees, and they say, we can make it better. I do things that I shouldn't be doing. I'm repeating steps. I'm taking paper through desks that should not have nothing to do with this process, and you clean it up.
So what are they telling you to do about traffic?
Well, that's the thing that's growing in Denver. We're turning to our employees to do just that as well. The reality is that I have an internal consulting firm right now of close to 6,000 employees who've been certified and trained in our processes. And when I have a challenge and we're looking for a solution, I turn to them and say, give me 5 or 6 of them from different departments, send them in, help us find solutions.
And so what are the solutions?
Well, like the DMV, which, well, actually, I'll take the food stamps. Well, traffic is one of those where you got to become more multimodal. You got to give people choices based on how they want to move about the city. And so we built roads 100 years ago for automobiles. People are saying we move about our cities differently now. Bicycles, pedestrian, transit, our bus systems. And so we have to build our roads today, or at least begin to transform them to more of a multimodal system.
I was so interested to learn about you, that you grew up one of 9 siblings. 10 siblings, right, right. You had 9 siblings.
That's right, I had 9. I was a baby of 10.
That's right. And you moved around from motel to hotel. How has that changed how you've thought about whether it's homelessness or the housing situation that goes on?
Well, you know, one of the powerful things is that growing up in my city, growing up the way I did, when I sit down at the table to make decisions, I always ask the question, who's missing, whose perspective we don't have at the table? Growing up as the youngest of 10 children, 3 sets of twins in my family, you learn to be diplomatic very quickly. And you learn to ask for input.
But you also had a brother who died of AIDS. I don't know if you saw the segment before. She was talking about supernormals, how people experience adversity before the age of 20. You had a sister who was murdered. You had a brother who died of AIDS. You had an abusive father. As Nora mentioned, you have one of 10 siblings. But yet this was your dream job, to be a mayor. And that you said adversity doesn't define you.
Absolutely not.
Talk to us about that.
Well, it powers me. It should power all of us, right? And there's a line in one of Will Smith's movies that says, simply, when you want something, go after and get it, period. And I don't know where that resiliency came from within me. Maybe it was watching my mother try to raise 10 children as a single parent, going through the difficulty that she went through, that really gave it to me and said, we're going to fight. I don't want to come back here, and I want to make her proud. And maybe it was those moments as a growing up saying, no, we can do better than this. And I was watching. I was fortunate to have people come in my life that lifted me up and really helped me to move forward.
As a modern man, a lot of things I know you want to do for Denver, you've got to also have a revenue base. Where you get the revenue?
Most of our money comes from sales taxes in the city of Denver.
Sales taxes?
Sales taxes, and then property taxes. Property taxes in Denver. So we're doing very well. We're one of the most economically vibrant cities in the country right now. We're growing at a clip about 1,000 people per month moving into our city. We're a magnet for millennials. We are a magnet for our baby boomers. We're number 3 in the country in terms of where they're moving at the time of retirement.
You're hoping you're going to be a magnet for Amazon to build a headquarters.
Well, what we want to do is maintain our innovative and progressive economy in Denver.
Do they tell you how that's going to come down?
Who? Amazon?
Not who, but how.
No, we don't know how it's going to come down. We're going to put our best foot forward, but at the end of the day, we're going to continue to be Denver regardless of what happens.
It's great
Well,
to
I love
have you.
that
Michael Hancock.
I love that you're sharing this information with cities all around the world too, Mayor Hancock. So great to have you here.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank
You bet.
you.